In the news now is something that's become a real theme in South Africa, and that is that the middle class is in serious trouble. And as more statistics come out, it's easy to see how many people are driving cars and own homes that they cannot afford, and they are making more and more debt to try and hold on to items that they will lose inevitably in any case. Because if things don't improve in the world and prices decrease, that is an inevitable outcome. And in this headline in Business Tech, it says South Africa's middle class is in serious financial trouble. Here's who is struggling the most. And data from debt management firm Debtbuster shows that South Africans have 31% less disposable income than 6 years ago. I've covered that already as a result of the average net income remaining flat while inflation soars. In other words, the net income of most people have remained flat. In other words, even if they got salary increases, what they ended up getting out in a month remained the same over the past 6 years. And that means that you can't really progress. But a lot of people have gone and turned to debt to increase their lifestyles. The group's debt index for the first quarter of 2022 showed that 2 years after the start of the coronavirus pandemic, nominal income has declined marginally, but when the effect of cumulative inflation over the past 6 years is considered in real terms, South Africans have 31% less disposable income. I mean, that's almost one third. According to Benay Sager, head of Debtbusters, consumers are making up the shortfall in real income by borrowing, getting into debt. We're still in the first quarter of 2022. Inquiries about debt counseling increased by 32% compared to last year. So people are starting to get the sheriff knocking at their door. They're starting to be taken to court, and they are now crying for help because they don't know what to do. They got themselves into the situation. And that is why I tell people, get out of debt as fast as you can. Throw that lifestyle aside and get out of debt. Unsecured debt levels are 20% higher than in 2016. So this is unsecured debt, okay? And for those taking home more than 20,000 a month, unsecured debt has increased by 54%. So the poorer income groups have increased their unsecured debt even more, which is unsustainably high. And I fully agree. It's impossible to sustain anything like that. And with what is to come, it's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. So sell items, get rid of things that you don't need, and live a self-reliant lifestyle. The consequences of this higher debt burden is that consumers need to spend about 62% of their take-home pay to service their debt. So that's what comes into your bank account after you've been taxed and deductions have come off. 62% towards servicing debt. And that's not happening. So people are making debt upon debt. More alarming is that for the top two income bands, debt to income ratios are at their highest level in the past 6 years. For those taking home more than 10,000 Rand per month, the ratio is 125%, and it is 150% for those with take home income of 20,000 Rand or more per month. And in this article, they've got very good graphs where you can actually see the situation we find ourselves in. According to Debtbusters and National Credit Regulator, the NCR data, the average unsecured loan size grew by 27%, whereas the number of new unsecured loans shrank by 13% in the last 4 years. So the number of loans are less, but the size of the loans have grown. This indicated that an even smaller pool of consumers are receiving unsecured loans. Stressed debt busters. While the average new applicant age has been consistent, the share of applicants who are 45 or older has increased from 19 to 24% over the past 6 years, indicating financial stress is becoming more prevalent in this age category. And this is typically the age category on this channel. The majority of people on this channel, double O days, is 45 and older by a long shot, in fact. So for that age group to be financially in trouble should be severely concerning for everyone. What people owe money on. The debt index showed that the nature of debt is mostly stable, except a growing portion is from financed vehicles. So people are buying vehicles they can't actually afford. In the last few years, vehicle debt has increased, indicating that more consumers with assets, vehicles in particular, because a vehicle is seen as an asset, are seeking financial assistance, said Debt Rescue. In other words, help to get out of their debt. Banks make up exactly two-thirds or 66% of debt, while there has been a slight increase, 7% in the share of unsecured debt over the past year. So at the end of the day, it's still banks that are the problem here, giving people loans when they shouldn't give people loans, when people cannot afford these loans, especially with increased interest rates. And so you're enslaved and indebted to a financial system that always intended having a full control over your life. If you want more content like this, please click the subscribe button and the bell icon so you can get notifications for new videos and become a part of this community. You can join, click the join button underneath this video and become part of the WDS membership community, where we discuss in depth what you need to do to be a part of the people on the ground to change not only the governance system, but the financial system, the legal system, the schooling system in this country. As we grow this critical mass of people that understand what it's going to take, that are becoming more self-reliant and independent of government and corporate control, each person by person, we can make the difference and change this country to where we need to be as fast as possible. Thank you very much for watching this video. Till the next video.